Hi, welcome to the Holding Hands and Throwing Fists podcast. I got the mic.
And I have the opinions.
Friends and listeners, welcome to Season 10, Episode 1.
Woohoo!
We're back.
Fuck you!
We finished Season 9 and wanted to take a little break for the summer. Our first extended break since starting the podcast 4 years ago. That's right.
I think that you trick me into commitments because that's a long time.
And Season 10, Episode 1 is lining up with our 4th Holding Hands and Throwing Fists anniversary, babe. Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary. That's a pretty incredible, actually.
A big question that we keep grappling with, get it, and has now begun a new segment this season is drumroll please. Is MMA even fun anymore? As a reminder, this year started with Dana White smacking his wife at a nightclub in Mexico. Things have only gotten stranger and stranger in the past year in a way that has made the whole thing not fun. Conor still hasn't fought. Multiple weight classes are having big hang-ups right now. Super mega fights that were supposedly to be made haven't really happened. Boxing actually picked up steam, and then we got really hit hard when Aljo lost the championship to Sugar Sean O'Malley in August.
Yeah, I don't actually think I've recovered from that.
I don't think so. We've been trying to make a comeback since then, and it just took the wind out of our sails, babe.
It did. We did want to come back in September. We only intended on taking the summer.
And honestly, I really thought when we were going to come back, it was going to be like a different Holding Hands and Throwing Fists podcast, a little bit more professional, a little less cursing.
Grand ideas
we
that
had
one
such
night.
grand ideas, and here I am, sweaty palmed on the mic, not feeling good, mumbling over my words, confused about what's happening next.
Yeah, me too.
But in a stunning turn of events, Francis Ngannou fought Tyson Fury in boxing in Saudi Arabia, and there seems to be a breath of fresh air in what's going on. Even though he lost a split decision a few weeks ago, it seems like there's life outside of the UFC as he won a moral victory in dropping and controlling Tyson Fury for multiple rounds, and we think that's a great thing. Mm-hmm. We didn't watch the fight live because we were hanging with the boys, but we consumed all the media we could and the watch parties. So our dear friends and listeners, you didn't have to.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
There was mad stars at the fight. The whole thing in Saudi Arabia was crazy, but just like all other podcasts in just the modern world, that shit happened weeks ago. Who gives a fuck? Let's just move on.
All right, fine.
Hit me, babe.
We're going to continue season 10, much like the season 9 seasons prior. God damn it. Listen, George fucked up right good in the beginning, and we got to start all over, and now I'm fucking up, and I just got to keep going.
So no, I'm going to interrupt you and just say, we went to the MMA Hour live event last night.
Yo, now you're really getting kooky.
Why? Is that in the notes?
Obviously.
Well, let me just give a little preview and say that it was at the City Winery. And I've been so good. I've been so clear-headed this past couple weeks, especially this week. I've been the most clear-headed I've been in a really long time. And what did I do at the winery? I drank a shit ton of fucking wine.
Fool.
And my brain don't work. And then Taskmaster, I won't say your name. Taskmaster, I can't even won't say the word I want to say either. Taskmaster B over here had me changing the bed sheets today. Cleaning sand out of the dryer. Why did that even happen?
Listen. We're back. Life goes on.
The UFC's back in NYC.
And great news, everyone. We're going to continue to cover the fun and often overlooked side of combat sports with really no one in mind but ourselves and kind of our friends and listeners who do actually give a fuck and follow up with us all the time. We do appreciate your listening, and we're happy to be back with you. And we couldn't be back at a better time. We told you, it's the most wonderful time of the year. UFC is back in NYC.
All right.
So, we got to give you a little bit of the preview for that. We're not going to talk about previous UFCs in NYC because actually every other podcast is doing that. So I'm going to ignore any of that and get straight to this card is going to be fun because Matt Steamroller Fevrola is fighting Benoit Saint Denis. It is the people's main event. It's the main card opener, and we cannot wait. if you've forgotten, Matt Steamroller has a little brother, or maybe it's his twin brother, who's the cheese roller. And then his father also has a roller nickname that I cannot remember.
We've remembered and forgotten 5 times at least.
You all probably remember because I shared this before. So if you remember what his father's nickname is, let me know. Is he the weed roller? No, his dad couldn't be.
No, but that was the one time he was the weed roller when he was hanging around freaking, what's his name? Snoop Dogg.
Oh, all right.
Turns out it was Steamroller.
So also on tonight's UFC card, because we really are slacking this season. We intended on recording Monday, but here we are. There'll also be some Brazilian women beating the shit out of each other in Jessica Andrade versus Mackenzie Dern. And George just told me this morning there's some TBS. You want to tell them the TBS?
A little TBS. Both women have admitted this week separately in different interviews, unbeknownst to the other, that they're fighting because they're both going through divorces and they need to pay their broke-ass man's legal fees.
I cannot believe that. Well, no. Jessica Andrade has to pay her broke-ass woman's legal fees.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? Our boy, Tommy Aspinall, is fighting out of nowhere. But whatever. There's kind of nothing else, which is why we're not going to this card. We're not spending $700, friends.
Dude, it came down to $700
for shitty tickets.
The worst tickets in MSG available.
Not to
We've all been to.
that we haven't spent that to go to the UFC at MSG, but we're like fucking row 10 when we did that. We're not going to the nosebleeds for $700.
And not for this card.
And listen,
who knows?
Don't think we forgot to blame Jon Jones here.
That's what we're really here for. It took us a few minutes to get here, but we're the most anti-Jon Jones podcast that there is.
Jon Jones was supposed to fight Stipe for the heavyweight belt, but he tore his shoulder sparring. Now, people are saying you can't stop that stuff from happening, but George told me that not even a week prior to the injury, Jon Jones was doing some weird ass moves of weighted pull-ups in full fatigues and combat boots, wearing an automatic rifle strapped to his chest. And because Jon Jones is Jon Jones, he fucking posted this video. Why are you doing stupid shit like that 2 weeks out from your fight? Now you ruined what was left of the UFC NYC card. We fucking hate you for so many reasons.
So I was having coffee post jiu-jitsu training with the girls, and we were chatting. And shout out to Kevin. Kevin actually had a conspiracy theory. So we're sitting where I literally said this whole spiel about the automatic rifle. I was like, what a dork. And then Kevin goes, I have a conspiracy theory. Ethan then goes, I believe it already. Which is hilarious. And then Kevin was like, yo, USADA is ending the end of this year. So the UFC or whoever basically, or maybe even Jon Jones' coaches were basically like, yo, man, just like whatever. You're injured, just whatever. Just wait till 2024 when USADA's not around here. Just take a little bit of this. Oh, we'll just postpone it a few months. What's the big deal?
I believe him too. Fucking totally believe this shit.
What's a cheater? Always a cheater. Babe, hit him with what's up.
Exactly. Listen, you wanted to tell them about City Winery last night?
Ugh.
Tell them. Other than the shitty ass wine you drank.
I didn't think it was shitty. I thought
it was shitty.
I thought it was pretty good actually. Yeah.
I mean, it did its job.
Oh god, dude, I feel like trash, man. Holy shit. I haven't felt this weird. Also, I haven't eaten in like 48 hours either.
Yeah, that might be part of it.
So we were at the event and they had some special guests, right? The first guest, shockingly, was Dylan Dennis.
What?
And when he walked out, everybody. I don't think Ariel even mentioned his name because they like kind of flubbed the walkout. But everybody was like, "What?"
Yeah, that was quite shocking. We were trying to guess. So George, I like set him up to tell you what we went to, but he just went right in. It's the wine brain. We've all been there. We went to see Ariel Helwani's show, the MMA Hour, live at City Winery last night. He announced it like a month ago, and George and I were trying to figure out if we wanted to go, and then I decided we are going, so I got him the tickets for his birthday, and all we knew was that Ariel and the crew would be there, which is like enough for us, because or at least enough for me. I was excited to see them live.
I was totally excited.
But we didn't know who the special guests would be, and we knew there were going to be 3. It ended up being 4 special guests. I did not guess one of them right, and George got 2 out of the 4.
And you were mean mugging me at the beginning when I was 0 for 2. You were like, huh.
I didn't you, but I probably was feeling a little good because then we were both wrong.
It could have been anybody. And I think you were kind of right because one of the guys who did ask the question, remember at the end, I think he asked the last question, he's from Cerro Longo.
Yeah.
And you said that someone from Cerro Longo was going to be there. So
oh, that counts.
You're right. Yeah, I'll give it to you, Ben.
So George already mentioned Cheeto Vera was one of the guests. We also had Dylan Dennis, who we don't need to talk about. Mm-hmm. And then because Cheeto was there, Action Bronson was there.
Yeah, and he was late.
Was late
because
of his son's birthday party.
All right.
Let's be okay with that. And Juliana Pena was there, which was also pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
What was the coolest part of your night, babe? Tell me.
Hanging out with you.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Not the right answer, though.
No, because GC, who works on the MMA Hour all the time, he was standing right next to us, so he had the microphone. So when they asked,
I thought you were gonna then say the coolest part of the night was that you peed next to GC in the bathroom.
Nah, I did though. That's true.
But let's just tell them. Tell them. Our friends care about that stuff.
Well, there it is. It's there. So, I asked Cheeto Vera a question, and here it is right now.
Minutes. Let's take some questions for Cheeto Vera. One guess. All the hands are coming up. GC, you got a guy over there? Okay, here's a question.
Hey guys, I'm George from Brooklyn. Rapid fire questions, real fast. Cheeto, how do you finish Sean? Number 1. Number 2, indica or sativa? Number 3, is there ever a world where you smoke a joint with him, or is it just be forever?
Okay, so the first one was...
I know.
Okay, all right.
I got great memory, bro.
All right, fine.
How I finish him? I don't know. If I know what happened tomorrow, I wouldn't be here. I'll be rich.
I'd be rich is a great way to end that off. But then I cut it off when I recorded the audio. He said immediately after, he goes, I'll still beat his ass anyway, any which way. So that was cool.
That was really cool that you were able to get GC's attention and get that mic right away. Like
I was locked in. I was in that glass and a half zone of wine where you're like kind of locked into your surroundings and everything's cool.
Yeah, because I was probably like, babe, order another round. Stop. All right. Well, we had a great night, and I think that actually helped give us a little bit of oomph to record this morning and like get excited for tonight's fights. But I think you should go to your little mini rewinds. Give the people what they love. They love this classic segment. So give them the classic and tell them about the new segment.
Ooh. All right, so we got MMA fashion, classic MMA fashion as always, people love it. These are old, so I'm not as inspired by them or whatever, but Mikey C. Williams.
Why not?
Who's a commentator for Bellator who, hey, we didn't even talk about that at all. That basically...
Who cares?
Classic holding hands and throwing fists. Recall, what the hell is it?
I don't know. Callback?
That's what we call it in the industry. Who cares about Bellator? It got bought out, so whatever.
We've been friends.
We've been talking about it.
We've been telling you Bellator has been sucking more than usual for longer than usual. We were on top of this before anyone else.
And Mikey C. Williams was wearing all black in Dublin for the funeral of Bellator.
How symbolic.
I mean, he normally does that anyway, whatever. Joe Martinez in UFC Fiziev versus Gamrot. I couldn't tell you. I know we watched this fight. I couldn't tell you where it was, what Joe Martinez was wearing, who won that fight.
Who are these guys? But who cares? I like that you're giving some shine to other comment or what are they even called?
Commentators.
They're not commentators.
Announcers, ring announcers.
Someone
That's what
other
they are.
than Bruce Buffy. So that's all right.
Which Bruce Buffy also, I saw something, I was scrolling through my phone and I was looking at like maybe like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, and Bruce Buffy wore a red blazer in Asia, and I was like, is that racist?
Stop. Wait. Go. Let's guess right now. What color is he going to wear tonight?
Tonight?
You can just pick one color. We don't need to get patterns. Get at least one color
No,
right.
We're going to do like 3, 2, 1 announce colors at the same time? Or are we going to
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
So we're going to just say one color, and
Cool.
we'll let everyone know next episode if we were right or wrong.
Cool.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Green.
Silver.
Okay.
All right.
I don't know. I think
I
I'm
don't know.
totally
Yeah,
wrong.
Maybe it's green and silver.
No,
Actually,
it's
I
not.
can
Why
see
would it
it.
be green?
I would design a
Fucking
blazer with
doesn't make
like
sense.
silver piping on green background. Come
All
on.
right.
Venom in that same fight night, UFC Fizzy at versus Gamrot. Venom, who supplies the shorts and all the gear for everyone in the UFC, they've been using that 3M trim heat seal. So it's like one of those things where you can see like at night, or like when you put a flash photography on it pops up. So that was pretty good.
That is cool.
Pretty good.
Pretty good job there.
I cannot speak, and I'm doing a podcast where I'm talking to my.
That's all right. We needed to jump in.
Yeah, just
We're
break the
fucking
seal. That's
pussyfooting
it.
around.
Guess
We're
what? You're gonna
here.
get in season 10. We ain't changing now.
No, definitely not.
But we're gonna hit
we
you
are
with a new
changing.
segment all the time. This is a new segment that we figured out in our off season, and we said we're definitely gonna bring it back. So usually they'll play 1, 2, maybe 3 max commercials over and over and over again for 5 hours of fights. So we just decided. I actually liked this one when they did it, when I got the idea of it. You still hated it, but we decided we're going to review those commercials.
I love this.
And we're going to bring it up so we can remember those things that are triggering to all of us as we just get hypnotized by whatever the fuck they're saying.
Exactly. We have to watch it 50 times. We might as well judge it.
This one was at least cool. I give it like whatever a pretty high rating is. If we do it 5 stars, 9.5 out of 10, whatever, who the freaking cares? 3 golf balls all go to Mortal Kombat. They had a Mortal Kombat one. It was cool just watching Mortal Kombat, the video game, over and over and over again, and be like, finish him and all that stuff. I enjoyed it.
I did not.
And now that I'm saying it, I think it was an afternoon card when that happened. So it was just from 3 o'clock in the afternoon to 7 o'clock at night.
You're just hearing Mortal Kombat.
Over and over and over again. So there's your review.
All right. This also was a fan favorite. I do have opinions, and most of them are just being a hater. I didn't think this segment was so great, but our feedback when we sent out the surveys came back that the people want it.
Give the people what they want, babe.
So let's get to our no fighting.
Cool. I'm going to edit the audio later.
Okay, will you edit your fucking coughs out too? Jesus
I
Christ.
know. It's pretty bad.
It's so terrible.
You bunch of fuckers. No fighting. No fucking fighting. No fucking fighting!
Hot take?
Tell him, babe.
Halloween sucks. I'm almost going to say that it's the worst holiday. Like fucking Arbor Day is better than fucking Halloween. I fucking hate it. And as a matter of fact, fuck Thanksgiving too.
I only like cute Halloween. I don't like spooky Halloween.
Yeah, but we like Toy Story of Terror, and that's pretty scary.
It's not that spooky, though.
to it.
Thanks for your constant ideas, support, feedback, and love. It really does keep us going, because we would have stopped this shit a long time ago.